your dad the one that taught you to surf?
Yeah, my dad and my sister.
And your sister, okay.
My dad pushed me in and stuff.
I never surfed.
He doesn't surf, he just looks like he surfs. He doesn't surf. He came with me a lot when I was traveling and stuff, so he was always around.
Pro spotter, he can give you all the tips of like where to... Is that what
I try not to ask. I tried to ask myself. You get so many people in your ear, like, oh, you should sit here or you should sit here. And I think that you lose like your own trust, because the ocean's all about like trust and knowing where to sit. I used to rely so much on other people and being like, where do I go? But like I've been surfing my whole life, I know where to go. So I try not to ask too much.
You don't have to anymore. I've watched her surf recently, and it's kind of like all that fluttering around trying to figure out where to be and stuff is all gone. She goes right to the spot, surfs it. There's no questions. She doesn't miss any waves. It's kind of cool to watch. She's like a fish.
Yeah.
I do love the water. I mean, Matt filmed me the other day. I was a little lost fish.
You're like Dora.
I felt it for sure.
Sorry.
No, I was the turtle. The turtle from Finding Nemo. Where do I go? But he's like such a surf dad. He like was pacing around this morning. But it's so fun and so cute. What are we gonna eat for breakfast? Like, what's your favorite meal? It's so cute. You'll see. I think he'll probably go up on the pier and watch me, or like everyone else will watch me from the beach. So we'll see, it'll be fun. 1, 2, 5.
They're carrying some stuff.
I mean, for this event, this is like low amount of boards, and there's 5. So I would say if I'm going internationally, probably like 8. Because then you don't know, and like every board is so different, and all my boards are made for me. So it's tough if you break one or something. Yeah, it's not the funnest thing to travel in the airport with. Like I had to bring these to Georgia because I was doing a run event last week. Or this last weekend I ran a half marathon, and I was dragging my board bag in the airport in Georgia, and everyone was like, what is that? I have a lot of boards. I have like 40 boards at home. It's like I made like a little garage thingy. My dad has some pics.
I made her that rack, and so I took a picture of the rack, but that's like not even...
That's like a third of it.
So we're in Oceanside, California. We're at the Supergirl Pro, the world's largest female surf event. There's 141 females competing. I think every year it grows and grows. Like to say there's 141 female competitors, that's insane. Especially for a pro event, that's a lot of female surfers. So it's really cool to see the sport evolve, and I've been doing this a long time. I'm 29 now, so like when I first started doing this, there was not that many girls, probably like 50. So to see the field double is really cool. It's all based on Mother Nature, so I feel like that's where the quiet time and like the being able to relax your whole body, because like the ocean is a connection, so it's not like you know exactly what you're gonna do. Like you don't know what waves you're gonna get. I could have a lot of waves, or there could not be that many waves. So I think it's important to like be able to tune into the ocean and what it has to offer. It's not like about how many waves you catch, it's about like the wave you catch, what you do on the wave, how your flow is. So they kind of judge it off speed, power, flow. It's so easy to get like overwhelmed with all the outside things, and like this is a super fun event, but there's also a lot going on. And for me, it's really important to like shut off my mind and try to just feel in tune with the ocean, because I don't want to be sporadic or chaotic before I go out. Like I don't want to be too pumped up, because then you kind of start picking bad waves. I like to just be pretty calm, and yeah. You only have 20 minutes. Yeah, that's the cool thing about surfing, and the hard thing sometimes. You're at 20 minutes, and if you can see right now, Mother Nature is not giving too much, but I feel really good about today. I feel like a lot of waves are gonna come my way. I'm excited. It's really hard out there. I'm so glad I made it to tomorrow. That's like,
check out
to be honest.
what our sponsors that help fund this event
with all this
have in the name of activation.
All good now. All good now.
So
No, yeah, the first heat's it's always really nerve-wracking, and then like all my friends on the beach, and then my dad, I was just like trying to stay in my own head, but it was so fun. And first time using an iPhone. This is rad on TikTok. I'm gonna do it twice. That seemed delayed. This is rad on TikTok. Yoo! Horizon!
Super.
Nope. So I just had my first heat of the competition. It felt so good to be back in the jersey. Definitely some nerves, you know, looking in when you're out in the water and seeing all your friends and family. That was pretty special. So I'm so glad that that first heat is out of the way. We got the win, and now we're ready for tomorrow. There will be a lot more action. I'll surf twice or maybe 3 times tomorrow. The beach will be packed. It's Saturday, so a weekend, and hopefully we get some waves and we'll have some fun. Rad tapes. Oh man. Wow. We're pumped up. It's early. Coffee. I had to send my dad down to get me coffee. I'm like, Dad, could you go get me some coffee? I'm a little tired. He's up. He's ready at 6. He texted me, we're ready. And I said, oh, it's 6 a.m. Not yet. This is a really good wave. Morning, we're looking, since I'm one of the first heats of the day, so I'm the second heat of the morning. Usually if you're like later, you can watch everyone and kind of see where people are sitting. But since I'm one of the first, we're just trying to figure out the best place for me to sit. And Tex is a local, so I'm asking him 101 questions, trying to find the best place. That was a good wave.
Yeah, that was like the best wave all morning.
I went to Ocala. Where were you?
Yeah.
Blake's second surf contest, so that's always fun. It's kind of cold. I was so grouchy.
So you need it every hour,
Yeah.
right?
I was so tired. I was like, what is this? And then I realized I was addicted to caffeine. I mean, look, I have one right there. I do try to limit the intake though. 1 in the morning, 1 at like 11, we're done. Kiala, today we are at day 2 of competition. Today there's 2 heats, so if I advance from my first heat, which fingers crossed we do that, then I'll surf again this afternoon, but it's going to be a big day of competition, a lot of fun things going on, so I'm excited for today. I feel like a child almost having him here, like it's reminding me of growing up and having my dad travel with me everywhere, and it's so special, it's so cute. He hasn't came to a contest in maybe like 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer. I was shocked when he said he was going to come. I was like, Dad, come, we'll have so much fun, and it's been such a special moment, especially now that my dad's a little older, like just to have him here, and he's who I started with my surfing career with, so for him to show up at this event, he even said like, wow, from the last time I was here, this event felt so much bigger. Second heat of the day, pretty much it was like 8:20 in the morning, so it was like nice. That was my first surf of the morning. There was not much waves that came in during my heat, so I just had to sit there and be patient, and there was 4 minutes left and I got a 6.8, highest score of the heat, so that felt good. But I kept visualizing myself catching a wave, so I felt like I already surfed that wave before it came. But yeah, you just have to take deep breaths and hope for the best. I think it's hilarious that they keep calling me a vet. I'm only 29, they're like, the vet. I'm like, oh my god, you make me sound like I'm 50. Surfing's a young sport, and it's cool to see all the up-and-comers. I surfed at 8:20 this morning, and then I surf again at 1:30. So there's a big gap. It's kind of nice because then you get a little bit of break, but then it's also like that hurry up and wait is kind of tough. Usually try to like lay down or chill and preserve my energy, but I swear after doing all those like adrenaline things, like I did a crazy 20-hour hike and like speed project earlier this year, I feel like my adrenaline levels really stay low at surf contests now because I've pushed my body to an extreme. Like I used to get so fatigued from all the adrenaline after like a couple heats, but I feel really well. Look at this wave. It looks so fun though. It's way better than this morning. By the time I surf, it will be totally different. That's the crazy thing about beach breaks. It changes so fast. Like by the time we go down there in a couple hours, it'll look totally different. That's why this looks different than this morning. This is the high tide push, so there's a little more water and swell pushing in, and then when the low tide comes out, it drains everything out, so that's why we start sitting further in. So there's 4 people in each heat, and then 2 people always advance, so first and second. The scoring is really based on like difficulty of maneuver and like the power and spray that you're throwing. Since it's so small and so weak, you really want to show your ability to like do a big turn, to complete your waves and look pretty, you know, alive. I would say like when it's this small, you really want to like have the body language that you're excited to be out there and stuff. The last one was brutal. The waves are pretty tough, and that's what I kept saying earlier about competition is like you just never know what waves you're gonna get. We lost right before the final day, which is always crappy because you want to make it to the final day, you want to make it to the final, it's always the goal. But when the waves were quite challenging and you don't get the opportunity, I feel like it's a little easier than if you were to fell on like a really good wave or something. If you would have asked me 5 years ago or 3 years ago how I do after I lose, I would like, oh, I go into my room, I cry, and I used to base like how I saw myself as like how I would do in a contest. So if I would win contests, I would feel really good about myself. If I would lose, I'd feel really bad about myself. And I realized my whole identity was based on how I was competing. And that's just like really an unhealthy way to live because there's only one winner in surfing. I don't know. I don't want to like base how I feel about myself, how a result is, or how I do in a contest. I don't think that's healthy. And yeah, surfing's one part of me and there's a bunch of others. Now we go back to, I'm about to get ready to run Malibu half marathon. So like I said, more than a surfer, there's a lot of other things that are fun happening and still go for a surf tomorrow and just get ready for the next event.